Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello and welcome to Yasa TV. Welcome to another match reaction. Chelsea 2, Newcastle 1. Goals by Jackson, Palmer, and Isak. So, I'm going to go through a bit of the timeline, tell you my thoughts and what I think about the game. I'll start with, I think it was the beginning. Um, I think it was roughly this fifth, sixth minute when Palmer scored the goal. It was a good ball through. Palmer was just about offside. And yeah, he scored the goal, but it was offside. Took them a while to um for the referees to get windows pane open and then put the lines down and draw the lines, and then yeah, it was offside. Um, After that, I think it was like Fofana that got a yellow, and we just I think we played roughly. If I had to rate the game, it was like a 6 out of 10. We weren't really playing in the highest gear and just going. It was just a bit slow and stuff like that. I think it was around the 18th minute. I think Newcastle was on our side of the box, and they went to. I think Palmer was waiting for the box. He was just outside the semicircle and he was waiting for the box, the half circle. Sorry, outside of our box. He was waiting for the ball to come through. He had a quick look outside behind him. The ball came to him, made the turn, and what a beautiful pass that he gave to Pedro Neto. Um, I mean, passes like that. Let's remove the pre-assist and just give assist because that pass was beautiful. Um, Pedro Neto done well to beat his man, cross the ball in, and yeah, Jackson just slowed down a little bit. He made sure he wasn't running at full pelt, or just then meant the ball would have gone behind him. And then he just slowed down a little bit and just finished the chance, and that was very good. I mean, come on, let's not miss from there, Jackson. Yeah, I mean, if you keep scoring, I'm going to be off your back. Until then, I mean, you need to keep scoring the goals. Um, yeah, I think after that, it was nothing special after that until it went into roughly the 31st minute when they started building out from the back, Newcastle. And we were just scrambling for the ball. We couldn't keep up. Our midfield got bypassed. They kept passing it around. Then passed it to Malo Gusto's side, which was the right back position. And then there was two. It was basically 2v1. And once they went 2v1, they managed to beat Gusto, cross the ball in. And to be honest, Reece James was a little bit asleep, and he let the guy pass him. And the ball went in. It was they had to check it again. I think Fofana's leg was what put Reece James, Isak just about onside. And yeah, it was 1-1. I think 35th minute, we had a chance where Caicedo was just outside the box. Someone passed him the ball, and he kind of looked over first and then was going to pass it, didn't pass it, and just kicked it out. He kind of sliced the ball. Then we had a chance where Neto was on the right wing, cuts in, hits the ball, and it was deflection, but it was a well expected save from someone like Pope. Like, I wasn't expecting him to not be able to save that. Um, After that, to be honest, what two things that kind of in the first half kind of bugged me a little bit was the wasteful crosses from corners and not really a lot of urgency in attack. The corners were just Reece James was taking the one side corner when it's like it was an in swinger, and they were basically trying to aim for the back post, almost trying to catch the goalkeeper out. I mean, cool, you do it once, um, and then or you don't do it for a couple of times, and then you do it once, you change what you usually do so you can catch the goalkeeper out of you know position, or even catch him out, because he's not expecting you to do that because you haven't done it for the last 3-4 times. Instead, they just kept doing it. Even when Palmer was doing it from the other side, they were just crossing the ball straight to the back post. The goalkeeper will flick it off. Like, they weren't really trying to put it in a good position so that someone can head it in. Even though, fair enough, Newcastle's defense and their players are quite tall, so it's not the easiest thing. But maybe try a short corner, maybe, what I mean. There's a lot of different variations of crosses and things that we could have done. We go to the second half because it went out just 1-1, and it was just um That's when I think roughly in the 47th minute, when Cole presses Isak at the halfway line, passes the ball to Palmer. Palmer keeps running. He had a few people to pass to as well. He had someone on the left wing, someone next to him, and he decided to just hit the near post, bottom left corner. And it was a good goal. So he had a goal and assist. Um, Romeo Lavia was really good. Pedro Neto, in my opinion, was his best game that I've seen from of Pedro Neto so far. He was just like he did not let Livramento rest. He just kept going and going and going and going, and he was switching wings sometimes going up to the right wing, back to the left wing, and yeah, it was really good performance from him as well. Um, After that, that's how the game ended. So I think when we look at substitutions, I think we had Mikhailo Mudrik that came on for Madueke, which I'll speak about now. We also had Enzo Fernandez that came on for Lavia, and Cucurella for Gusto, and Nkunku for Jackson as well. If I go up to the lineup quickly, just to make sure I get the right names. So we were playing a 4-2-3-1. Sorry, with two right backs technically. I mean, Malo Gusto was on the right, Reece James on the left, and Reece James, you would have thought he was back. Like if you watch the game, you wouldn't think that he was away for so long. What an incredible performance! He even saved our asses by I think it was two clearances. I think at some point. So I'll have a quick look now. Um, there was a point where Fofana misjudged the bounce of the ball. Isak managed to get the ball, went 1v1 with Sanchez, went around Sanchez, and he took a bit of time. He tried to beat another defender, I think, or something. And Caicedo managed to get back on time and recover that. Um, Mudrik had a chance as well, which he shot straight at the goalkeeper. Um, and yeah, like it was what I said earlier. It was just a 6 out of 10 performance. It was not special. We just needed what we just done what we needed to do to get the win. Um, the thing I have kind of expected, I mean, what I've noticed is that we're starting to get a lot of yellow cards. So I think for this game we got 6 yellow cards, while Newcastle only got 3. Now you can put that a little bit to poor refereeing, but I'm not gonna play the victim card or whatever. Um, I'm not gonna do that today. So yeah, Nani Madueke, I think the first half he was alright. I think the first half he was doing well. He was just trying to pass the ball, make a run, pass the ball, make a run. He was challenging Lewis Hall. He was back at the bridge after, he's left. Lewis Hall was playing really well as well. He tried to keep him quiet. Second half, is when he brought on Mikhailo Mudrik and took Madueke off, and it was just quiet on that side. It was quiet until because he was doing more defensive work than doing attacking work, yeah. So you didn't really notice him as much. He wasn't making all those runs and stuff forward. So it's just us watching, and waiting and seeing what's gonna happen. And it became a lot passive. It was very passive. We weren't playing with urgency again because we got our goal, and then it was just slow passing, slow passing. Sometimes you feel like let's kill the game off, and then you can rest. But we weren't doing that today. Another of our substitution was Lavia. Lavia had a great performance. He was really good. Um, Enzo Fernandez coming in was also a good thing because it was like, if we're gonna play slowly, then we might as well get someone that can spray the ball around. He has good distribution and stuff. And I think he was a good addition. And I think on the 78th minute is when he brought on Cucurella for Gusto. And I think the amount of running and stuff Gusto done, it was good to just have a proper left back at left back and then move Reece James up to right back. Then Nkunku came on and he did cause a little bit of trouble. I think one of the ones was when he The ball got past to Palmer. I think someone headed the ball. It fell to Palmer, and Palmer just flicked it on straight to Nkunku, put him through on goal. He basically decided to do the chop in front of Dan Burn, and for some strange reason, with contact, he decided to fall on the floor. Which I think, when you get in those positions, sometimes just try to take your chance. Because if this was 1-1, I wouldn't be in a position where the guy's trying to dive to get a goal instead of trying to just score. Because knowing Nkunku, most of the time that would have been a goal. So he had that, and then that was disallowed for a goal. Then he also got a yellow later because he decided for some reason to foul one of the players and then kick the ball away, which is similar to the thing I was talking about earlier with us not really um, managing well, and just our behavior sometimes is just erratic because we're not in the position. Now, I'm gonna also do player ratings quickly, and I've also got some player ratings in front of me, and I want to see what my player ratings would be and what player ratings are on the website that I'm looking at now, which is SofaScore. Um, the highest score on the Chelsea, or the highest score um, on the Chelsea, team is on Pedro Neto, who got a 7.9. But I'll start from the back. Robert Sanchez. Robert Sanchez is someone who he can be. His shot stopping is alright. It's good, right? Nothing more than good. Like you could say, it's average. But everything else besides his shot stopping, every time he gets the ball in the back, your heart rate just flies to 150. You can't see. You just sitting there thinking, "Don't make the stupid pass. Don't make the stupid pass." And then when it doesn't end up being stupid, you're like, "Whew." That's basically what happens watching Robert. Like I watch Edison, Allison, and all these other keepers, and they even Onana takes so much risk. But Onana can actually hit the target. He can actually cross it to someone. With Robert Sanchez, you just think he's gonna just lose the ball. He'll either pass it to the opposition, waste the ball, waste the chance, not move it, not choose the right person to pass it to. And it's just a risk, man. I can't wait for the summer or January where we get a world class goalkeeper and then he can be number two or anything else. I don't mind. Malo Gusto was alright. I don't think he was doubled up on. I think because we play like a compact four and they're all basically in the box, they leave a lot of space out for the wingers, right? I think maybe it's maybe to make it easier to defend, central areas and stuff and half spaces. But all that space on the wing, the right back pulls in, and then all of a sudden you get the winger pulling in, and then you have 2v1 against the right back, and then it's quick. They beat him quickly, cross the ball in, and once that ball comes across the box, we don't know if the goalkeeper's gonna go for it. We don't know if there's also the defenders don't trust Robert Sanchez. Every time he might go for it, or I might go for it, and it ends up being let the ball go across, and then someone might not be uh, keeping up with their runner, and it just goes in. Um, I think Lewa, Colwell, and Fofana were alright. Nothing special. I think our defense was our weakest part, to be fair. Reece James was really good, in my opinion. As you can see, even on the sofa score thing, they rating him, I think, is a 7.8. If we go, Nani Madueke, it was just a good average, a good performance. Nothing special, in my opinion. Cole Palmer was really good, 1 goal, 1 assist. Jackson as well took his chances. Romeo Lavia, like I said, played as just the way he plays, press resistant, move the ball forward. Even in like he gets the ball, turns, and just his first thought is passing forward. And then if that might not work, he'll pass sideways. You'll have Moises Caicedo, who he's I can't say underrated because we all rate Caicedo, yeah. But what he does on the ball, when he gets the ball, he can give through balls. He can do a lot of things for someone he classes a DM or a. He does so well. And he's not like he's not just leaning on his defensive ability. He also has attacking ability. And obviously Pedro Neto, who I left at last, because what a performance from Pedro Neto. He got an assist. Even Lavia got an assist, which I forgot to talk about. But yeah, man. Other than that, I'm happy. But it was a 6 out of 10 performance in my opinion for the team. Um, but I think we need to do better. Obviously, knowing that Newcastle are missing Anthony Gordon, Isak isn't fully fit. You know, he's been being brought back every time. Bruno Guimaraes had a really good game. Like even considering that Joe Linton and Tonali was just running around and stuff. Yeah, Tonali was good as well. I think for me, Tonali and Bruno Guimaraes were the best midfielders for Newcastle. Them two combining, creating chances and stuff. Yeah, it was really good. The man of the match for Newcastle, in my opinion, was Lewis Hall. Man, he was immense. The way he just kept taking on, even pulling back Madueke, just um, not allowing him to go forward as much because he's attacking all the time, and that created a lot of chances for them as well. We ended this game by winning it. We ended this game in fourth, and I think we had the same points as Arsenal, but we were ahead by goal difference. Arsenal, I think, drew the game earlier 2-2 with Liverpool, which then meant that they are, I think, above us by 1 point. I think. Um, so if I just see what the Premier League table looks like, yeah. So it's City with 23 points, Liverpool with 22 points, Arsenal with third on 18 points, Villa fourth with 18th point, and Chelsea fifth with 17 points. I still don't think we're in a we're not in a title challenge, charge, whatever people want to call it. We are, I think we are around that area. I think we will end up within top four, in my opinion. Um, and that's based on obviously that we have a good squad depth. We have a good, we have a high level of players in the squad as well, which can allow us to keep going longer. Whereas certain teams are getting injuries, and because they don't have the right squad depth, it's just holding them back a little bit, and it can affect their performances. We just have to make sure that we win games. So every time we have an opportunity, we need to take the opportunity, and that's something we haven't been doing all the time, and we're starting to do a little bit more. I think the one thing we need to do as well is have moments where we up the urgency when we play football. Just when you get into a counter attack like Liverpool used to do a couple of years ago, yeah, on the club. 2, 3, 4 passes, you're in the box, pass the ball across, finish. That's how you change a game in your favor. And a lot of the times we get to the midfield, another pass, and then it's, am I gonna pass or not? And then pass back, and then that opportunity is gone. We didn't create anything. So yeah, man, I think we should make sure. I think there's a lot of positives to take from this, but also a lot of things we should improve on. Um, yeah, man, that's the end of the match reaction. Thank you if you tuned in all the way till now, all the way to the end. Much appreciated. I want to thank everyone for all the support, for all the liking, the subscribing and everything that I've seen within the week. It's been amazing. So I want to thank everyone. If you haven't subscribed or you haven't liked, please like the video, subscribe. If you can just press that bell notification and put it on all, yeah, so you can get all the notification and know straight away when I've uploaded. And yeah, I'm gonna keep it going. I'm gonna try probably to do a live show next week for the Man United preview. I've got a Man United preview that I need to do. I'm gonna see if I can find someone that we can do a preview with, and then I'll make sure to drop the match reaction after the game, probably earlier than I done today for this game. But yeah, thank you very much. Stay safe and and peace.